This U.S. Navy sailor is taking part in a special school at Ford Island in Pearl Harbor. What made her want to do this?
I saw a lot of our sailors going off and doing this mission, and I was excited to contribute in that way. So next deployment, I'll be able to play a bigger role in what we're doing.
7 in 10 women in the Navy leave before completing a full career. On aircraft carriers, that number is even higher. These massive floating bases hold around 5,000 crew members, yet women make up only about 1 in 5. Many female sailors describe life on these ships as a constant test of endurance, not merely navigating the challenges of military service, but surviving the conduct of their fellow sailors. On the USS George Washington, women reported becoming emotionally numb to harassment because confronting it seemed hopeless. These aren't just statistics. They are stories of survival from some of America's most powerful warships. Picture trying to carry out your duties while constantly remaining vigilant. Imagine avoiding parts of your workplace because you know what could happen there. Think about going to bed each night, uncertain if you will make it through another day without incident. This is the reality for thousands of women serving aboard America's aircraft carriers. These aren't combat fears. These are fears originating from within the crew. Aircraft carriers are among the most male-dominated workplaces imaginable. With crews of 5,000, women account for barely 1 in 5. They're outnumbered 4 to 1, confined in small quarters, working 16-hour shifts, with no respite for months at a time. The survival statistics tell the story. While male sailors frequently complete 20-year careers, women leave at alarming rates. They are not leaving because they cannot handle the work. They are leaving because they cannot handle the environment. If you believe women in the Navy deserve a fair chance, type "Stand with our sailors" in the comments below. Let's examine the survival numbers. On certain carriers, as many as 75% of women report experiencing harassment. That means 3 out of every 4 female sailors face unwanted behavior regularly. Yet, only 28% report sexual assault when it occurs. Why so few? Reporting can make survival more difficult. Women who speak up face retaliation in over 30% of cases, including transfers, stalled promotions, or social ostracism by fellow crew members who see them as troublemakers. Investigations on the USS Bulkley found that women in certain divisions had learned to emotionally detach from harassment. Fighting it often made life on board more stressful, so they adapted by becoming numb. Female sailors develop strategies that men rarely have to consider. They travel in pairs or groups, avoid certain areas at specific times, and identify which crew members pose the most risk. Some women face impossible choices: accept assignments with known harassers to advance careers, or refuse them and fall behind. Female officers face even greater challenges. Women leave the Navy at higher rates than men, particularly around the 7-year mark. This isn't a question of capability. It's a reflection of the environment, making long-term survival feel unattainable. Consider the impact on military readiness. Each female sailor who leaves represents hundreds of thousands of dollars invested in training lost. More importantly,
I don't think I had any real expectations. I didn't know really what I was getting into. I knew what the end result was, that I'd be qualified as VBSS officer or boarding team member, but a lot of it's been uncomfortable, which is good.
it is the loss of talent America cannot afford. Understanding why women struggle aboard carriers requires recognizing the unique environment. An aircraft carrier is like a small city, except you cannot leave. For 6 to 9 months at a time, this floating structure becomes your entire world. There is no escaping a difficult day. There are no weekends away from challenging colleagues. Every aspect of life overlaps. You work with the same people you eat with, exercise with, and sleep near. If someone makes your life difficult, avoidance is impossible. You will encounter them at meals, on duty, in the gym, and near sleeping quarters. Privacy is practically non-existent. Sleeping areas cram dozens of sailors into spaces smaller than typical bedrooms. Bathrooms are shared, showers are scheduled. Private conversations are easily overheard. For women, this creates a constant state of alertness. Male sailors can relax in their downtime. Women often cannot. They monitor body language, clothing, social interactions, even sleep schedules. During 6 years of maintenance on the USS George Washington, sailors lived on board while contractors worked around them. Female sailors describe this period as particularly harsh. Construction noise made sleep nearly impossible. Dust and fumes filled living spaces. Daily routines were disrupted, making avoidance strategies harder. Some reported 3-hour commutes just to reach the ship, then faced hostile environments once on board. After months or years, many concluded survival required leaving. The 4-to-1 male-to-female ratio is not just a statistic, it dictates the nature of daily life. In most workplaces, harassment can draw support from colleagues. On male-heavy carriers, women often find themselves isolated. Reporting harassment may mean confronting not just one person, but an entire group sharing similar attitudes. The buddy system that works for men often fails women. Male sailors form close-knit support networks based on shared experiences. Women struggle to find equivalent allies. Leadership positions remain overwhelmingly male, meaning women often must report harassment to supervisors who may not comprehend the seriousness. Some investigations found that male leaders dismiss complaints as personality conflicts or communication misunderstandings. Military culture of toughness can work against female sailors. Admitting harassment exists is often seen as weakness. Women are expected to endure in the same way men do, though the circumstances they face are very different. The physical layout of carriers reflects male priorities. Sleeping areas, workspaces, and common areas were designed around male assumptions of privacy, safety, and comfort.
She went through the training just same as everybody else did. She was all heart. For small as she was, she persevered.
Women must adapt to environments never intended for their protection. Everyday actions, dressing, using the restroom, exercising, become constant evaluations of risk. Male sailors rarely consider these tasks as potential safety threats. Before continuing, please show your support. If this content matters to you, please subscribe and hit the like button. When survival becomes impossible, some situations push female sailors beyond their limits. The USS Bulkley investigation highlighted the human cost of operational focus over crew welfare. Complaints about harassment were often seen as undermining mission readiness. One junior officer had to remind peers that protecting sailors from one another is part of their duty. Investigations consistently found that women who reported harassment faced retaliation, making their positions unsustainable. Poor performance reviews, denied training, or reassignment. The message was clear. Reporting made survival harder, not easier. Some women reached breaking points, having to choose between mental health and career. The stress of navigating a hostile environment while maintaining military performance standards became overwhelming. During extended maintenance, the USS George Washington experienced multiple suicides. While not all were directly linked to harassment, the overall environment created stress levels that exceeded some sailors' ability to cope. Female sailors developed hypervigilance, a continuous state of alertness, physically and mentally exhausting. Living under this strain for months or years takes a serious toll. When survival becomes the main focus, professional development suffers. Women must expend mental energy on safety instead of advancing skills and careers. Despite these obstacles, many women survive and even thrive. Successful sailors create tight support networks with other women. They share safe routes, dependable colleagues, and trustworthy supervisors. This intelligence network is essential. Many document incidents meticulously: conversations, interactions, and events. This is not paranoia. It is a practical survival method in a setting where credibility is often questioned. Physical fitness is a confidence and protection tool. Women proficient in their roles often encounter fewer challenges from problematic crew members. Professional excellence provides leverage. Being indispensable to the mission gives women more protection and respect. Some survive by cultivating male allies, senior sailors and officers who intervene when they witness harassment. Mentorship from women who successfully navigated careers provides both guidance and emotional support. The most successful know when to fight, when to document, when to report, and when to endure until circumstances change.
In the hand-to-hand combat, which is more about technique than sheer strength, Hannah was near the top of the class.
Basic fundamentals that we taught all our students, and she applied them.
Even successful survival comes at a cost. Constant vigilance is mentally exhausting. Women must continuously prove their worth, maintain emotional composure, and manage professional facades. Career growth can suffer, Networking opportunities are often missed. High-risk assignments may be declined. Family life can be strained. Many women report that loved ones do not fully understand the additional pressures beyond standard military challenges. Some survive by compartmentalizing their professional achievements from personal tolls. Pride in service persists despite unnecessary obstacles. The Navy loses critical talent when capable women leave because surviving is too challenging. Each departure represents not just individual loss, but the loss of experience, skills, and potential leaders. Military leadership has started to recognize that female survival is institutional as well as personal. The 2024 Navy Women's Initiatives teams aim to remove barriers and improve retention. Policies address practical needs, improve pregnancy accommodations, safer reporting procedures, and leadership training on female-specific challenges. Physical improvements on ships, better privacy, lighting, and facilities help daily survivability. Mentorship programs transmit knowledge that was once learned only through trial and error. Tracking retention closely emphasizes that survival is about building careers that endure long enough to cultivate female leadership. These initiatives are progress, though still new. The true measure will be whether women report feeling safer and better supported in the coming years. Despite all challenges, thousands of women have not just survived, but excelled. Female fighter pilots now lead missions from carrier decks. Women manage departments of hundreds of sailors. Female officers command escort ships and carrier strike groups. Their success proves that survival is possible and that women's contributions to naval aviation are invaluable. These stories offer hope and guidance. They show that with strategy, support, and institutional backing, female sailors can build complete careers. The first generation faced the toughest survival challenges without a roadmap. Today's sailors benefit from their courage and sacrifices. Every woman who completes a carrier career makes survival easier for the next. They change perceptions, build networks, and demonstrate that female sailors are essential to naval operations. Our female sailors have earned respect through service and survival. If you agree, please like this video and subscribe to support content that honors all our service members. Share your thoughts on how we can better support women defending our nation. These are America's daughters, wives, and mothers, serving in one of the world's most demanding environments. Their struggle to survive and succeed strengthens our Navy and our nation.